a very dry stretch there from somewhere from,
Well, if I remember,
July through August.
He won the first race of the year, right?
He came out and won the 29th of April. He won that race.
And I think he had 3 wins over the course of the year.
And then he won again the last race in August, and then the last race of the year.
Right.
He opened it and closed it with a win. I mean, you start off with all that momentum, and you close it out with momentum.
Yep. The 2017 Willamette Speedway Street Stock Champion. I thought this was cool. I thought the story of the whole season, this guy pulled double duty. He was on the track all the time. The 36T of Jody Tanner. Second in points last year. Narrowly missed the championship. I mean, by it's like 10 or 12 points.
Mm-hmm.
It was
on
close.
the old system.
Right.
Which is very close.
Right. And this year, he got to the top of the chart pretty quick. And he led in points for most of the year. The thing about that car this year, in that class, hands down, lap after lap, week after week, the most consistent car on the track over the course of the season. He was awesome to watch, and I think the extra seat time running that street stock with the Sportsmans, and we saw him beat the Sportsmans with that little street stock.
Yep.
We saw that.
I remember seeing that. That was amazing.
Yeah. And you talk about a guy that just...
Well, he's out there to have fun. I mean, we talk with his son Joey all the time.
That car won the Iron Giant with Joey behind the wheel. And I don't know. I think when Joey got out of that car, he probably said, hey, Dad, let's try this. Because after that Iron Giant race, that car got exceptionally fast. And that's a compliment to that team, doing their homework. You know, I think putting Joey in that car, giving some feedback to his dad was a good thing because I think it just made that team that much better and Jody that much faster.
I agree.
Yeah, I remember being up in the tower and you kept saying, that car is going to win in the sportsman class.
And it did. Yeah. I mean, it's a good little race car.
Yeah, street stock.
You know, you have those guys that'll say, oh, metric cars, metric cars, metric cars. That's one of the cars, the Camaros, that isn't metric, that will show you, listen, we can run with you guys.
That car and the 88 car.
And there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Even Mackenzie Lockhart's 22 Camaro.
That's
another one of those cars that, you know, he doesn't have to be metric to be fast.
That's right. That's right.
And, you know, Jody walked out of there with a championship. I thought that was pretty cool. His interview after the feature Saturday night was it was good. We had a good time talking. And,
oh, yeah.
He was and he's always happy. He's always got a smile on his face. But to watch him in that interview was it was
Is that his first championship at Willamette?
I believe it is. I mean, I'm not going to say yes, but I personally believe it is his first title. Joey's listening. He'll know. Hit us up on the Swear Trekking chat line, Joey. Let us know. But I think that is his first title. Andrew Langan. I mean, this thing's going nuts here in the Swear Trekking chat line. Street stock drivers jumping in. Oh, okay. Here's a speed secret. Nancy Payne.
Are you sure you want to share this?
It's not a speed secret. She just says, shh, it's a Roberts thing. Number 88. That's all she says. But
well, if it was an 88 thing, Nancy, Dale Jr. would be doing really well right now.
No, because Dale runs that sissy NASCAR stuff.
Yeah, but
sorry, Warren.
Yeah.
Sorry, Warren.
Yeah, but here's the thing. If you say all Chevys are fast, Junior should be fast as hell. If he's got an 88 on the side of his car and he's got a Chevy under
Here's
him.
the problem. This is why Junior isn't fast. Let me tell you why. Now you bring it up, talking about the 88. Junior's got the 8s upside down. That's why he's not fast. You see what I did there?
Oh, my God.
He thought about that.
Mm-hmm.
You're a turd.
It is Jody's first championship, yes.
Well, that's good for Jody. I mean, he's been out there forever. I mean, last year he fought tooth and nail with Mikey Brake all season.
Yeah.
And, you know, he got it this year.
He did, and I was neat to see. It was a cool deal to watch him win that title, and much deserved. He earned it. He beat a really good field of street stocks. I mean, that street stock division, I think top to bottom, is the toughest division in the Northwest. Any racetrack you go to. I'm not talking about just at Willamette. I'm talking about Cottage Grove, Sunset. You go up and down the West Coast. That street stock is I think that's the most competitive field of the cars you're going to find.
Oh, sure. There's really no doubt because there's so much work that goes into them. It's so competitive, and there's a lot of dollars going into them.
And that's what worries me about that
Yeah.
class. Because the fact that class is created as what we call entry level.
Mm-hmm.
And now you've got guys going out spending $20,000 plus on these street stocks.
I mean, you have to have a good driver, but now it's getting to be cubic dollars.
Right. And that's, and again, I've said it a million times. I'll say it a million more. It's my favorite class to watch as a race fan, as an announcer. But I think with what's going on, you're going to see that division split. I'm saying it right now. I've said it before. You're going to see that division split, and you're going to see more of an IMCA stock car rules package come into it and create a class.
Hobby stock.
Whatever you want to call
Yeah.
it.
Hobby stock than having
American
street stocks.
stocks.
Well, if you had the more entry-level car, meaning like a hobby stock, and then you could have your street stocks.
Right.
That's
Or you have street stocks, and the hobby stocks be the one up, because typically that's how they, well,
Or you have the pure stocks, which
Something like that.
they're-
pure stocks isn't going to work.
no.
They work great at Sunset. I mean, that's kind of a Sunset thing. They've got it. Again, a great entry-level class for
Sure.
guys wanting to get in and get a feel of a stock car. Street stocks, it's just a little bit up.
Mhm.
So I think on the pure stocks, I might be wrong on this, but I do believe they have to run a 2-barrel carb. I'm pretty sure.
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure. Street stocks, different. They run they've got some power. But I think we're going to see that split where we start to see where some of those cars are getting to what they're doing in the Midwest, now starting to see it down in California. And I think you're going to see more of an IMCA rules package come into play. And it might not happen next year, but I'm saying over the course of 2, 3, 4 years, I think that's what's going to happen.
Well, it's just like we've been talking even with the Hornets. We need to get something more organized.
That
like
is
the
a class.
MFL.
You're right. That
Yeah.
is a class that needs a sanctioning
And needs
set
organization.
of rules. Right.
Yeah, rules
Yep.
or an organization.
Sportsman.
Sportsman class,
Sportsman class, your top 10 in points. The old man himself,
Glenn Hackney.
number 10. 55 at Casey Rhodes, picked up 9th. 8th went to Clyde Rude. Jody Tanner finished 7th in the Sportsman division.
With the street stock car. He's in the
There
top
you go.
10 points. I mean, that's what I'm saying. He was competitive.
6th place went to Jeff Rash. Jeff Titus, who picked up the inaugural win this season in the Sportsman division, finished 5th in points. Eric Lindquist finished 4th. Lauren Cruzy in the B-Mod said, hey, guys, the B-Mods can hang with the Sportsman, walked away with the 3rd place finish in the division. Ryan Emery in the 97 car, who dominated the middle of the season. The months of July through August were the months of Emery. I felt like we were watching Tom Yak again.
Yeah.
But that 97 machine just put the power to the ground, picked up 6 feature wins in a row in the middle of the slickest, nastiest part of the season.
Just amazing.
What cracks me up about that is the type of car he's doing that with,
It's an old Rayburn.
which are not known to be that good on that track
You
condition.
know, I'm just wondering, throwing this out there, I wonder if Ryan is really running Emery or running a Rayburn, or if it's an Emery burn.
Well, either way, it's BA fast. I'm telling you right now. Watching the growing process of Ryan Emery over the last 2-3 years in the old Chevelle, the big heavy street stock that, I mean, he couldn't get that thing to turn if it was on railroad tracks.
I remember it catching on fire twice in the same race.
Right. I mean, just having bad
Yeah,
luck, the learning
just bad
process that
luck.
comes with it. There's so much when you get into racing a lot of people don't realize. Number one, you don't just get in the car and go out and drive. It's a maintenance program. It's gaining knowledge on how to set the car up, how to scale the car, what to do with your tires. And then you've got to put all that together and drive it.
Well,
Okay.
not just that. What is the scaling do? Do you understand what the numbers are
Right,
telling you?
making
Why
a
you're
change,
doing it,
making
yeah.
a change, and why. Yeah, that's, I guess, the learning process I'm talking about is all part of that. Watching Ryan 2-3 years ago, who couldn't finish a race, and again had bad luck, we're learning the maintenance deal, stuff was breaking, to watching where he's at now, just a couple years down the road, who is the dominant driver in his division. I mean, it's been. You want to talk about an improved driver? There's a guy that has really got a lot of attention and made a
Leaps
name
and
for himself.
bounds.
Yes.
He missed one race this year and had a DNF. I mean, how do you get much better than that?
Missed one race. What was the final number in championship points between first and second? It was
664 to Emery's credit, 728 to James
Okay.
Slover in the 25 machine. Who
and
took
Slover had 5 wins himself. 12 wins between those two drivers.
That's incredible.
What was there, 15, 16 races for the Sportsman?
15.
15. So there was 3 other drivers that won races.
Yeah.
Right.
And the championship to watch. Here's the thing. In this class, watching James Slover and Ryan Emery, I don't care where those guys started. One could start first, one could start last. They're going to find each other on the racetrack, and they're going to race for position and put on a hell of a show doing it.
And they cleanly race. They love to race together.
Yes.
It's really neat to see. They have a good time doing it, too.
They do, and those 2 cars, I mean, you saw it all year long. When they got together, we watched those guys shoot it out for, 8-10 laps side by side with Ryan edging them out for the win at the stripe. I mean, it was
Slide job for
the lead.
Crossovers. I mean, it was beautiful to watch. I mean,
They swapped lines. They didn't. I don't think they ever touched the whole time they were doing it. No. That was one of the best races of the year.
Yes.
Between talking about rivals and 2 drivers put on a show, you got to put that in one of the top shows of the year.
Yeah.
I would agree.
That was those guys were awesome this year.
They could make you tired watching them.
Yeah.
Because of how much energy.
Make your voice go away, too.
Oh, my gosh. Super Sports, the old nostalgia sideboards back on the late model bodies.
Now, I've been sharing some of these videos across the country on different racing websites, and the interest. And you guys see the comments that we're getting on Moxie, like, what are those? I can't believe you guys are still racing sideboards. Those are the coolest cars. I love it. Wish we could do that here at our track. And we're talking about tracks in Tennessee and Wisconsin and all over the country. We're sharing these videos, and you guys see what's coming in. That class, I don't care who you are. I don't care where you're at in the country. Those sideboards, no tops, those old school rules, everybody likes it.
Yeah, I think we'll see an influx of more of those cars coming in. I really do. It's easy to build. You get an old, just like you said, an old late model, some boards on it.
Put some slick tires on it. Take the top off. Put a wedge nose if you want.
Yep.
I mean, we've got some really cool looking cars in this class.
Yeah.
That was a class that really, really grew this year. Mm-hmm. Looking at last year to looking at this year, I mean, how many different super sport cars actually ran races and registered points?
Over 21.
We didn't have nearly that last year.
Yeah. Well, didn't they just bring it back last year?
No, a couple years ago.
Oh, really?
Sideboards, they brought it back last year.
Right, but,
as a phase-in.
No.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was last
Yes.
Maybe it was. But
do not question the light screen.
But that class last year to this year, I mean, it doubled in size with really good race cars. I mean, look at
the names associated with it. Your top 10 in points. We'll just run it down there. Robert Mercer finished 10th. Jordan Wright picked up his first
3 wins.
First feature victory in his own car.
Right.
Picked up 2 more in with the 74 team. Darrell Blanchard picked up 8th. Clay Debin picked up a win, who struggled all year, but he still came out, had fun, was smiling towards the end of the year.
Now, there's a guy that was on the verge of giving up. He was frustrated. He was not having a good season. Another deal where it wasn't anything he was doing. It was bad luck. I mean, there was a wreck. It happened where he was at, or he got collected in it, or a flat tire, or somebody lost it and hit. I mean, it was just one of those deals where he was always in the wrong place at the right time.
Chris Mott.
Right. But Debin put it together at the end of the season. He finally got it all worked out, and at the end of the season, he was one of the guys that was running back up front where he had 3 wins, the year before.
Well, glad he was persistent, and he actually got to follow through with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
really
it was a different person at the end of the year.
He really was. I mean, I hate talking about you, Clay, like this, but I have to, buddy. You go through the pits, and at the beginning of the year, he looked so dejected, hanging his head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Didn't know what to do.
He was frustrated.
At the end of the season, he had a little extra hitch in his giddy up. His girlfriend was smiling again.
He was smiling again.
He was smiling, and it was. Clay's a good guy. I honestly felt bad for the guy at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
End of the year, he's sitting there going, I'm here to have fun. Let's play.
He got that win, and it was from there on out. He was really good.
Where we at? Chris Mott.
This Chris Mott was. Here's a guy that I feel for too. I mean, let's take away the championship car with 10 wins on the season. Take that car away, and Chris has like 8 wins himself. I mean, he was second to that car. Chris, you're listening. How many times did you finish second at that 74 car? Chris was. I mean, they finally got it dialed in.